Thank you. I'm very excited to be here. I'm a little nervous, if I'm honest, and I'm very, very grateful for your teaching, so thank you. I wrote down some questions anticipating that I would be here, so let me just take a breath for a second. I want to understand the importance of clarity on your desires, because what I've been taught and what I teach actually is it's really important to be clear on what it is you want to call into your life. But listening... Go ahead.
Before you go further, we would like to clarify that just a little bit. We want to say it different. It's not so important that you be clear. Clarity is the natural evolution of focus without resistance.
Okay.
So clarity is just something that you accomplish when you don't have resistance. We would not make clarity a goal. We would let clarity be the emotional response to focus. We would say focus is what matters. Focus is what matters, and focus will accomplish the emotion of clarity, which is the indication of momentum on a subject with no resistance. Did you get that? Sort of.
Okay, and you've said that, when you launched the rockets, really what we wanted was launched long ago. So I guess based on what you're saying now, it's more just coming into alignment with what you launched and getting rid of the resistance, and then the clarity's there.
While focus matters, attention to the way you feel is the fastest way to clarity. If you say, I'm going to find clarity, then you get kind of hyper involved, where you say, I'm going to think about that, 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 I'm going to think about that. And then you just get frustrated, where if you care about the way you feel and you're reaching for the best feeling that you can find, then momentum ensues, and then clarity is the result.
Okay.
So let's call clarity the result of focus even more than the goal. So what we're really talking about is letting your emotions be what you're reaching for. This is true. There is the thought, and then there is the emotional response. But when you're really driving hard for the thought in order to accomplish the emotional response, sometimes it gets crossways. And that's what we can feel happening here. That's what's underlying the question that you're offering.
Okay. So the guidance is just to focus more on the way I want to feel and the things that feel good, and just everything else will fall
Focus
into
softly
play.
On something that's easy to feel good when you focus on it, and let law of attraction take that soft, easy focus into clarity.
Okay.
You feel the difference?
Mm-hmm.
Focus softly on something that's easy. And the reason it's easy is because there's no resistance. And the reason that we say softly is because you're picking a subject that isn't difficult. So you're starting out with no resistance. Anytime, this is your answer, anytime you focus on anything, and let's make it easy and general and soft and easy. Anytime you focus on anything without resistance, it will gather momentum and it will become clarity. But if you're shooting for clarity, first crack out of the box, you're probably not going to find it.
Okay. Because this is new to me. And I was listening a few months ago, and I'd heard you say, you don't need clarity. All your desires have been launched a long time ago. So that was a really aha moment.
Well, what happens to a lot of people, because they want to set goals.
Mm-hmm.
So they pick things that they want that they don't have, not realizing that in picking something that they really, really want, that they really, really don't have, that they're working really, really hard against themselves, because they're activating a lot of resistance. So then it takes a really long time, and then they get discouraged. Where if you're just focusing upon the things that are easy to focus on and feel good about, and you do it consistently so that you're gathering momentum, then clarity comes to you.
Okay.
That was a good conversation.
Thank you.
Something else?
Yes. A couple of things. So I have written a novel that I really want to help serve a lot of people and to crack people open to higher purpose and divine communication in a really fun and interesting way. And I launched the novel in the fall, and I've done my best to just take my hands off the wheel, focus on things that are working, and let it go, and things are going well. So my question to you is just, and even though you're speaking to me, I know you'll be speaking to everyone in the room too.
We're speaking to you.
Okay. Just any advice on ways that I can align to serve on a bigger, higher level with ease?
The same creative energy that you tapped into. And you know that some of the segments of that book flowed, and some of them you struggled hard on.
Okay.
And the results are very good. We're not implying that the struggle didn't eventually turn to greater ease, but you know what we're talking about.
Yes.
So once you've had that experience of having to come into alignment in order for something good to come, you want to apply the same process now to the allowing of it to be received or understood by others. So you said something to us that we want to focus on just for a moment about cracking other people open to what? What do you want to crack them open to?
To their own truth and to the reality that...
You see, what we're talking about here is the same thing that we were talking about in your first question.
Okay.
Cracking open is so much harder than it needs to be.
Okay.
It's like most things that you crack open never really get put back together quite right.
Right.
There's a softer, gentler way of going about it. But a lot of people think that they just need to be jolted into the awareness that things could be better. We would encourage you to understand that there are those who are exactly ready for what you have written.
Okay.
And just softly ask and trust that law of attraction will match those people up with what you are offering there.
Okay.
You see what we're getting at?
Yes.
Because in sales, and almost everything is to some degree, most people approach it from the standpoint that I need to find a very severe need in you, which I will fill with this. And so you need to be cracked open in order to discover the important. But most of them, once they're cracked open, they don't survive.
Okay. So would it be beneficial for me just to really see this as bringing fun and ease into people's lives?
Precisely.
With potentially enlightening an aspect of themselves. Okay.
Much better.
Okay.
Much better.
And just that simple shift. And it's interesting because I've been trying to figure out the genre because it's a new genre that I've created, and it just came up with enlightened fiction. Someone helped me to come up with that, and I thought that felt a lot better than what I've been trying to do.
Good. Enlightened fiction, meaning sort of like the virtual reality, the drone our friend was talking about earlier, not taking myself so seriously. Yes. So reading something about someone else that maybe gives me soft, gentle insight into myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, not crack me open.
Okay. Thank you. And it helps me a lot, actually, just even this conversation.
Really good. Yeah.
Okay, my next question is romance. I know you spent a lot of time on this, so I just have one quick question. I've really been working on focusing on the good that's right in front of me and on the men that are in front of me, and I've been attracting attractive, successful, spiritually open-minded men, which is amazing. I don't want to say but...
Amazing meaning wonderful, not amazing meaning shocking.
Amazing meaning wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful and easy.
Yeah.
Because I've taken your advice about, like, let's have fun and figure it out, and not thinking every single person has to be the one.
Good.
Because I was doing that before.
Because that cracks them open.
Because I've learned a lot. I've been studying this a lot, and the advice that you've given and just having fun and noticing the good in the people that are right in front of you. But what's happening for me is that the people that are right in front of me aren't hanging around. Like, we don't even get to the fun part, really, before it's like, okay, that wasn't working out. Does this make sense?
So do you think that what you're asking for is a little more focus?
I don't know. I guess I need help in figuring out what I'm asking for.
Well, we're asking you because it could be this, and we're just going to throw some things out for you until your resonance tells you what it is. It could be that while there are aspects that are compatible, that there are aspects of this probable relationship that could really satisfy what's in your vortex, that there is more that is not ready. In other words, do you think you are readier for it than they are?
Yeah, probably.
So look at it from the standpoint of what we've been talking about all day. So you've been creating incrementally a vibrational version of this relationship, and you have been deliberately focusing so you are really in alignment with that. And the universe is delivering to you possibilities. Do you think the relationships that are showing themselves to you, this is a really simple question, and you're really going to enjoy the way the answer feels as you answer it. Does it seem to you like these people that are flowing into your experience, does it feel like they are still satisfying more of the step one part of the equation? Are they still helping you to clarify what you want?
Yes.
Well, there you go. And that's a good thing. If you're still in the clarifying process, then you don't want something to stick while you're still in the clarifying process, because then you'll be stuck with less than what you're really going for.
Okay, that does help.
Yeah. Now, let's play it out the other way. Let's say that you said, no, it doesn't feel like I'm clarifying. It feels like I've got some work in lining up. Then that would be a different thing. That would require more focusing yourself into alignment. But it feels to us like you are well focused and in alignment with what you are wanting, 75%.
Okay.
And now you're clarifying because you're getting serious about this.
Yeah.
You want this to be something that is long-standing and deeply satisfying. And so let the relationships come and let them clarify. And one of the big clarifications is something that's such a good match that it doesn't want to go someplace else. Something that's such a good match that it is mutually understood for what it is. Something that's such a good match that it makes you just savor what it is while you're eager for more to develop between the two of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we do like a little rant on that, maybe?
We just did.
Okay.
Yeah, really good.
Okay, I have one last question, which you may or may not want to answer.
We always do.
Okay. So
not that.
And this is really kind of has to do with the second book that I'm writing, to softly and magically intrigue people. It's about our physical bodies shifting into crystallization. And if this is too much or too out there, that's fine. But I believe it's happening to me, and I believe that as we are enlightening more, there are some changes. So I'm just curious what you could offer in regards
We think
to that.
that is terminology that has been translated by someone who's trying to define the difference between being physically focused and vibrationally and energy focused.
Okay.
Your bodies are not going to literally crystallize. It's wanting to explain the marriage between this physicality that is you and the vibrational fullness that is you.
Okay.
You're not going to crystallize. Do you want to define that more specifically to us?
Yes. In the awakening and ascension process, for me, it all happened really, really fast, and I had physical...
Awakening and ascension process.
Mm-hmm.
So awakening meaning tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Awakening meaning clarity.
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yes. Being aware.
And ascension meaning...
Raising your vibration.
So awakening and ascension meaning coming into vibrational alignment with the whole of who you are.
Yes.
And what does that feel like emotionally?
Now it feels great.
What is the word that describes it? High flying, good feeling,
Yeah.
passionate, eager, satisfied. Yeah.
Yes.
So now what?
No, I don't even remember what I was saying.
Well, you were talking about in the awakening and ascension process.
Okay, as you're really getting into being able to be tuned in, tapped in, turned on,
Consistently, step 4.
and staying there.
Yeah.
Are there physical symptoms that happen, or is there
Yeah,
a physical
the physical
change?
symptom is you get everything you want.
Okay, that's great.
The physical symptom is that you're tuned in and things unfold, and it feels like you've got a concierge in the sky that is working things out, and you feel eager and full of energy, and you're full of life, and you don't get tired, and when you wake up you want to get up and go do something, and your body feels delicious to you. It's sensual, it's good feeling, it's flexible, your eyes are clearer, what you eat tastes better, you can hear more clearly, you hear things in music and in nature that you've not heard before. In other words, tuned in, tapped in, turned on to the wholeness, seeing the world through the eyes of Source, getting to be in this physical body with Source energy flowing to you and through you as it always has been, but you tuning to the frequency so you get to know what Source knows.
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really good.